What's up, boys? We're back in the Apex. We're going to do a recap and a breakdown of the Josh Emmett versus the Roe Murphy fight. What an uninteresting Torrez Finley fight card. We're going to get into everything right now. First fight of the night was Vanessa Demopolonios versus Tatiana Alencar. Vanessa should never be allowed in the UFC ever again. She came out singing, rapping, Megan Thee Stallion. It was hella cringe. I know she was trying to get herself hyped up, but she got herself hyped up and cringed everybody else out just to get put in a full Nelson in the first minute of the first round. Okay? Now, after that, whatever the fuck this position is happened to her. Okay? She just did not, it was not a competitive fight at all. She just got completely walked down, dog walked. Tatiana Alencar definitely did her thing. Now, my issue is, why couldn't Alencar finish the fight? Why is this going on for 15 minutes? And I promise that Vanessa is not getting cut. She will be on another Apex card. You know, like, it's just like women's MMA is just like it's so amazing. It's so amazing. Like, it's just like free money. Like, come get your ass beat for 15 minutes, throw 35 strikes. Here's 20 grand. Here's 10 grand. Like, like whatever. Moving on, boys. We got Martin Breday versus Uran. Now, Uran got his ass beat, but it's not really the story that you kind of think it is. So Martin Breday outweighs this dude by 50 pounds. Uran took this fight on short notice for 2 days. This was his UFC debut. Obviously, we're in the heavyweight division. Uran is not a heavyweight fighter. He's from light heavyweight division, but he took this fight. UFC probably rolled around and told him, listen, you either take this fight right now or we're never signing you ever again in life. He was just like, fuck it, I'm going to fight Martin Breday. Whatever, it is what it is. Martin cuts 20 pounds to make 265. What an animal. I didn't like what an animal. Heavyweight is such a lawless place. You have Jonathan Almeida running around there at 215 pounds just submitting fat dudes, you know, just because he can. I really hope Uran moves out of this heavyweight division and goes to light heavyweight where he, you know, should be. Anyways, boys, Martin put on a show, busted up Uran's nose in that second round. It was very competitive in the first 2 rounds. Third round, you know, my boy Martin kind of ran away with it. But first 2 rounds was very competitive. Uran was obviously a lot quicker than him. Martin's just kind of fat. Like I said before, Martin's just kind of fat. You know? Moving on, boys. We got Victor Henry versus Pedro Falco. Victor Henry put the pace on my boy Pedro Falco. He definitely did. Now, they kept it standing for a little bit in the first round. Henry dropped Pedro Falco really, really, really bad in that first round. Really bad in that first round. But Henry kept the pace. Pedro Falco has a nasty-ass chin. Round 2, Falco is showing off his wrestling and his submission skills, but Henry just has the way better scramble. Henry looked really good in that fight. Isn't he on a win streak? Yeah. 2-fight, 3-fight win streak. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. Give this dude a ranked fight, please. Next. Victor Henry's the next prospect for America. Let's go, Victor Henry. Let's go, Victor Henry. He looked great. He looked great. Kind of wish that my boy got a finish, but he wasn't able to. Pedro Falco is definitely like that. Anyways, boys, moving on. Now, when you see a women's fight, minus 950, there's an issue. There's a big issue. Especially when you're taking this fight 15 minutes. Women do not know how to finish fights. It's like kind of amazing. It's like literally amazing. Anyways, Loma Lookbee's a Muay Thai fighter. He's from Thailand. Isia Nunez just looked like a victim. I'm going to keep it real with you. She looked like a victim in there. She got her ass beat for 15 minutes straight. Then after that, while the decision is getting read, she throws her arms up like she's in disbelief. What? Like what? Are you sure that you guys didn't read that right? Like, yeah, you threw 51 strikes. This bitch threw double the amount of strikes you had. She took you down 3 times. Like, come on. Are you for real? Women's MMA is just lawless. Literally lawless. Estiel Nunez is probably never going to get cut either. Moving up, boys. Ryan McGee versus Daniel Fruta. What a banger. What a banger. Ends in doctor stoppage, which, like, okay, you know what I mean? But Ryan McGee got those fucking power. He has stone hands. This dude has bricks for hands. Daniel just decided he wasn't going to go to sleep. It was a CTE experience for him. It was very competitive, though. Extremely competitive. Just Rise McGee was just doing damage with my boy's face. Rise McGee, you're an animal. You know what I mean? What else can I really say? Moving on to another women's fight with a crazy ass favorite. Minus 1,000. This one though was well worth it though. It was well worth it. Daniel Belbita just got her ass whooped. She did put up a little bit of a fight. Dion Barbosa just choked her out, did her thing. You know, what can I really say? It's a women's fight. Moving on to the most disappointing thing that happened tonight. Torrez Finley versus Robert Valentin. Torrez Finley versus Robert Valentin. I understand now why Dana did not give you the contract after 3 fights in the Contender Series. This dude went to the Contender Series, Torrez Finley, 3 separate times and got denied 3 separate times because his shit was boring. Now, I thought, okay, maybe it's just a little bit boring because he wants to sit here and get into the UFC. He's playing it safe. He doesn't want to sit there and squabble it out and do his whole thing. But no. As you see, this dude threw 17 total strikes in the full squabble. Now, in the beginning of the fight, Torrez Finley decides to throw Robert Valentin over, he puts him on his shoulder, walks around to his coaches, and then slams him on the ground so he could be in front of his coaches. Smart. So in my head, I'm like, is this Merab? Is this the middleweight Merab? You know me, I'm a Merab fan. No, it's not. Merab throws punches. Merab squabbles shit out. This was just such a disappointing fight. Such a disappointing fight. Then, while the decision is getting read out, obviously you see the stats here. Torrez Finley just took him down 100 times. He literally did nothing to him. He just held him on the ground. Wasn't striking. Obviously you see 17 strikes. While they're reading out the decision, one of the judges scored it 30-27 for Valentin. He's a boxing referee. His name's Tony Weeks, and I 100% agree with him. I 100%. He got outstruck every single round. Round 3, 65 strikes to 1. Now, the most embarrassing part of this whole thing for Torrez Finley, right? Not even to mention, this dude got fucking booed at the Apex. How do you get booed at the Apex? Torrez Finley, how do you get booed at the Apex? There's 65 people in attendance, and most of them are friends and family of fighters. Are we being for real? Now, the craziest part of this whole thing is, after the fight, after Torrez Finley gets this win, he does not get a post-fight interview. At all. At all. They were that embarrassed of that performance. Michael Bisping said after the fight was over, before the judges' scorecards got read, he said, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to tell him that wrestling is just not all that you can do to win an MMA fight. You have to throw strikes, and he's not going to like that. That's what Michael Bisping said, and I wanted to see Torrez Finley's reaction. He must have had a reaction, and they didn't want to show it. 1,000%. 1,000%. Torrez Finley, bro, you're on my list now. You're on the list. I'm marking you out. I hope that they feed you to the fucking wolves next fight. I hope they do. I hope they do. You broke my heart. I thought that you were going to sit here and put up a badass performance. Disappointed in you, my boy. Very upset. Moving on, boys, to somebody who did great. Somebody who did great. Super underdog. I honestly did not think he was going to do it, but he did his thing. Odi Osbourne versus Louis Gruel. Odi Osbourne, man. What an animal. What an animal. He had Dewey Cooper in his corner. Savage boxing coach, you know what I mean? Odi Osbourne looked super locked in. He was looking fast and crisp. Guru got hit with a crazy ass slam in round 1. Oh no, Guru hit OD with a nasty ass slam in round 1. Whatever. Somebody got slammed in round 1. I didn't clarify it in my notes. You know what I mean? I was getting in there. I was watching. Don't worry about it. I was watching. I didn't write down who slammed who in my notes. You know? Give me a break. Give me a break. But either way, Odi Osbourne decides to sleep. Guru.
And then he's great in the
Look at this. Boom! Took him out. Shout out to O.D. Osborne. What an animal. What a savage. Definitely should get performance of the night. 1,000%. Moving on, boys. Brad Tavares versus Jarrell Mercer. Straight up old head fight, by the way. Tavares has the most octagon time in middleweight history. Has the most middleweight wins. He's tied with Michael Bisping. Mir looked dusty and rusty in the first round. It was definitely a little bit competitive, but Tavares kind of ran away with it. He has a little bit more power, and his body language just looked a lot better in the fight throughout the whole fight. That's what gave him this win. Jarrell just has a chin on him. This boy's been in the UFC for God knows how long. And obviously, of course, Drickus looks like an animal because Drickus beat Brad Tavares, and Brad Tavares just had a great performance over a old head. You know what I mean? But shout out to Drickus. Brad, you definitely did your thing. Moving on, boys. We got the Korean Habib Nurmagomedov. Chang Chao Li versus Korta Ramanos. Listen, both of these dudes are solid. Korta looked great. I was kind of upset that Korta lost. I didn't want any of these dudes to lose. Korta or Lee, they both are honestly savages. Straight up savages. But Lee is literally the new Habib. He's the new Habib. This dude's ground and pound was vicious. They had a camera angle. He cut Korta's eye open. Then they had a camera angle where Lee's on his back with the hooks in, and he's trying to lock in a choke, and the blood is pouring out of Korta's face. It was beautiful. It was art. It was definitely art. My boy Lee gets the win, KO TKO. It was just a vicious beating. Korta just needs to learn a little bit of how to maneuver on his back, and he's going to be a threat. Dude has chin. Dude has heart. He's going to be in there. Shout out to Korta. He definitely did his thing. Moving on to the most boring fight I've ever fucking seen in my life, to Pat Sabatini and Jordanson, whatever. I almost fell asleep watching this fight. Wasn't even worth writing any notes, if we're being 1,000. I didn't even pull up any images for that fight. It wasn't even worth it. Yeah, I really have nothing much to say for this fight. Moving on to the main event, boys. We got Josh Emmett versus brand new Leon Edwards. Literally brand new Leon Edwards. First thing I wrote down in my notes is, who the fuck shot Leon Murphy in the face 3 times? He's literally just new Leon Edwards, bro. He's new Leon Edwards. So, Lerone Murphy just backpedaled the whole fight, kept his distance, didn't want to really engage with Josh Emmett, and that's kind of the story of the whole fight. It was definitely very close. But with things like this, I understand why people are upset that they gave the victory to Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy also got booted in the Apex, but Josh needs to learn how to counter that. Excuse me. You know? You need to learn how to counter that. If somebody's backpedaling in the octagon, that's a lot different than somebody just constantly spam taking you down and just holding you and not fighting you. You know what I mean? He was engaging. He threw more strikes. He was just on his back foot. Josh is small. You know? Like, it's just kind of common sense. If somebody has that much power and you're that much taller than him, I'm gonna be on my back foot. I'm gonna keep kicking your knee. Like, it's a good game plan, 1,000%. And I'm not mad with Lerone Murphy's game plan. I'm not. But I really did think that Josh was gonna sleep him. I really did. I thought that Josh was gonna put him out real bad, real early, but he didn't. Lerone had his game plan on point. He definitely did his thing. Shout out to Lerone Murphy, but you are definitely just another Leon Edwards. Now, in the beginning of the fight, Josh Emmett slams this dude. He throws him in the air. Dude gets like 2 seconds of airtime. It was definitely a little ridiculous, you know, but Lerone Murphy did his thing. Obviously, round 1, Josh Emmett was super dangerous. But as soon as the rounds go on, you know, those twitch muscles, they fade a little bit, and Lerone Murphy had that on top. Lerone Murphy definitely did that. I'm a little disappointed in Josh Emmett, but not as disappointed as I am in Torrez Finley. Torrez Finley, bro, I really hope that they feed you to the wolves. I really do. Whoever is the most savage middleweight prospect right now, give him to Torrez Finley. Please. Please do. I'm literally begging. I'm literally begging. No cap. No cap. That really pissed me off. But Lerone Murphy gets his W. I don't understand why he's sitting here talking about why that he thinks he's gonna get a title shot after this. He's gonna fight either Diego Lopez or Volky when literally there's Umar in the rankings, right? Umar, not Umar. Where is he? Mozahar. Mozahar's in the rankings, bro. You're not getting a squabble. Go fight Arnold Allen. I want to see Lerone Murphy fight Arnold Allen after that. After he just wants to back up. Arnold Allen's kind of the same height. He's kind of lanky. Arnold Allen got the squabbles with him. He doesn't have like knockout power, obviously, like Josh Emmett does, but he's gonna sit there and squabble with you. He's long and lanky like you, and you're not gonna be able to back up like that against him. It's not really gonna work. Josh Emmett definitely got really frustrated though in that fight with Lerone Murphy. I get it though. I get it. That shit's annoying. But, anyways, boys, really kind of disappointing fight card. We're on to 314. I'm gonna be pumping out videos. We're gonna be doing content. Let's go 314, and then we're gonna see Ian Machado Gary versus Process next week. We're kind of loaded up for the next 4 weeks. We're lit. Content's going to be rolling, boys. Anyways, boys, peace.